It bears mentioning once again because this is such a fast-moving incident or selection or a group of incidents that's happening across the country, how quickly motivations, incentives, and outcomes and potentially players are shifting. Again, let's start at the start. 29th of June, you get the Constitutional Court finding that Jacob Zuma needs to go to jail. A very loosely linked group, but probably equally disaffected, comes together to try and defend him. Not necessarily anything serious as compared to what we're seeing today. It has some leanings about Zuluness, but that really, the suggestion that was anything ethnic is I believe, incorrect. But very quickly this gets taken up by far more strategic, I suppose, players, it would seem, who pick up on the looting, and then followed by very opportunistic players. I believe that if you had to stop half the people running out of a mall with a television set, or with clothing or with food, and had to ask them, why are you here? I think half of them would say, my neighbor told me that everyone can come and that there's no consequence. Most of the kind of looting that we were speaking to the Gauteng Premier spokesperson Vuyomaga about, the ones that you're seeing in Gauteng in Voslorus, Tembisa, Alex, Soweto that he's discussing, are people who are taking advantage of an open door, it looks like. But the people who opened the door in the first place, in my view, are the sinister ones, and knew that this was very easy tinder to light up within a country, of course, of great inequality and poverty and the like. What we're seeing now in the next phase, or in the current phase for KZN, and I don't know if it'll spread in the rest of the country, is those who opened the door, I believe, cranking it up now with respect to moving to strategic assets. It is telling that Distel was on fire. If you saw the Distel in, by the way, to be clear, Distel in New Germany, not the one in Stellenbosch. If you saw the Distel flames, unlike many other spaces, you don't see the crowds of opportunistic looters. When you see the fires that have come mostly in the middle of the night near hospitals, Afrox, as I say, it was being reported, Afrox, the concerns about people coming in the middle of the night in the Durban port, these strategic assets, I believe, are under far greater risk from a more sinister player in this particular game. And I don't think that's got anything to do with the people that you saw running down a highway with a forklift. And as I said on Monday, again, the person who would be incentivized to see that happen, I believe anybody who wants to destabilize this current government. To the WhatsApp that was earlier on talking about the fighting over the ANC name, that's destabilizing the Ramaphosa faction. Who is incentivized to do that? I leave to you. I feel very strongly about that.
Breakfast with Refilwe Moloto on Cape Talk.